3D, Pythagoras in 3D. Right angle triangles can be found inside many three-dimensional solids. So we've got a cylinder here, and you can see there is a way for you to divide that up, or to find within it a right angle triangle, which can be useful for you. It's important to try and draw any identified right angle triangle using a separate diagram. So this is not as helpful until we get it into this state. So I have an example here. The length of the diagonal on the base of a rectangular prism, that's a lot of words. So you can see our prism there is 8.3. So if I just color this in, we've got 8.3. So let's take him out and put him out here in space. That is 8.3, and it happens to be meters. And then the height is 3.9, and you can see that here. So I'm going to extrapolate that, take it out of here, and we'll call that 3.9. So we know two of the sides already. I think you can tell where this is going. And then the distance from one corner to the opposite corner is what we are going to try and figure out. And when you see, if I had a ruler on me, which would have been wise, this is our hypotenuse, and this is our great unknown. So we're going to find the distance. Why don't we call that D? So that is what we're going to try and work out. We know that our formula is the hypotenuse squared is a squared plus b squared. Well, our hypotenuse is D, so we'll replace the D, the C, the sign with it. It could be a C if you're in the mood. But we know that one of these is going to be a squared, either 3.9 or 8.3. So let's put 3.9 squared. I don't need to put any brackets or anything. And 8.3 squared. Then when I get my calculator out, I will find that that comes to 84.1 when we add them together. And of course, if we want to get to D by itself, then we need to get the square root of D. And so we will find the square root of 84.1. That is the inverse of squared. If something is squared, we use the inverse operation, square root, to find that number by itself. And so, therefore, D, and we'll round it as a rule, unless it says differently, to two decimal places, is 9.17. So D is equal to 9.17 meters. And is that correct? Well, a hypotenuse is meant to be the longest. It needs to be the longest of all these sides. So 9.17 is indeed longer than 8 point anything or 3 point anything.